Hello everyone and welcome to the 2026 Racquetball Canada National Championships. This is Chris back on the mic. Paul will be joining me shortly here in the booth as he takes a quick little break from his streams. Hope you've enjoyed the action so far today. We continue with the Women's Single Open featuring Frederique Lambert versus Lahni Buller from Alberta. The players are doing their final warm-ups. They'll get instructions from the refs and we'll get this match started. So we'll be back in 60 seconds.
Enroll in Racquetball Canada's badge program Coach Workshop so you can get your program up and running. In our 3-hour workshop, you will learn theory, content, and how to implement a fun and exciting program. We offer this coach training workshop virtually to make it accessible and affordable. Once a coach has successfully completed the badge program workshop, they will gain access to all the online resources and program materials, including videos, report cards, and marketing materials so they can get started right away.
Montez en grade avec le programme de badge de Racquetball Canada. Notre programme enseigne les habiletés de racquetball en utilisant des progressions qui développent les habiletés graduellement en utilisant une variété de méthodes et d'activités amusantes pour créer un environnement positif tout en se concentrant sur les besoins de chaque athlète. La nature polyvalente du programme permet de modifier les activités pour s'adapter à toutes les aptitudes et capacités. Cela permet à chacun de donner le meilleur de lui-même. Visitez racquetballcanada.ca pour plus d'informations ou vérifiez auprès de votre club local les données du programme Badge.
Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Chris. We are here with live streaming action from the 2026 Racquetball Canada National Championships. This is Women's Singles Open featuring Frederique Lambert, or Dr. Lambert, or Doc, as she's lovingly called to, by her friends and peers, versus Lahni Buller from Alberta. This is Women's Open round match. Lahni won her first match, defeating her sister Ariana, to face our #1 seed, Frederique. Frederique just getting some final backhand warm-ups in. Frederique so far has played doubles. This is her first singles match. Lahni in the service blocks, wearing the black tank. Frederique in the green t-shirt. And we are ready to go with this match. Good get by Lahni there to keep it alive. Nice pickup again by Lahni. That time, third time's a charm for Frederique there. So two good paced shots there by Frederique. Lahni with a good stick on the ball to keep the rallies alive, but Frederique just put that one outside of her reach, and we're off and running. Oh. A very casual Frederique has a little smile, smirks there. That would normally be like kind of like a warm-up shot for Frederique right there, but just kind of lapse of concentration perhaps. 1-1. And Frederique back in the service box. Obviously, if you're familiar with racquetball in Canada or even follow the women's game around the world, you know Frederique from her long career competing internationally on the global stage at Pan Am Championships and World Championships, and also occasionally on the IRT Tour. Just skipped in there by Lahni. So Frederique's certainly well respected by her peers. Frederique did get a chance to compete in the World Games held in Chengdu, China this past year, where she took bronze in mixed doubles, which was certainly exciting to add to her arsenal of medals. Frederique just skipped that one in the corner. 2-3 early on. Nice move back there by Frederique. Could have been a little question whether that skipped it or not, but they're going to 50-50 ball perhaps, but Michelle Morissette is the ref. She's standing right there on the court, so had a good look at it. Another good forehand rip. So far Frederique's looking pretty good to start this match.
She's such a solid player. She doesn't make a lot of mental errors. I haven't seen a lot of matches recently where it's been a very tight match, so you get a little more pressure on you, see what happens. But this would be a good experience for Lahni Buller. I don't know if she's played her previously in singles, but you always want to play the top people because it helps your game so much.
And for those who may not be familiar with Lahni, she's from Grand Prairie, Alberta, like Paul said. Certainly exciting player in her own right. She took member of the junior national team here in Team Canada, taking bronze in 1800 girls in the recent 25 World Junior Championships in doubles, and now she also took singles and silver in singles in the 2025 National Junior Championships here. So pretty accomplished player so far for Team Canada, representing the country proudly, and certainly a good start to her career as she's medaled in most of her juniors so far.
Yeah, there's a whole stream of bowlers playing racquetball up in Grand Prairie. Dad, Jeff Buller, is a great racquetball player, and he's got his whole family involved in it, which is wonderful. He coaches his kids. They've all got the right attitude. And I know I've mentioned it a couple of times already this week, but I'm just so impressed by the younger players that are coming up, and just the attitudes. Nobody's complaining. They work hard, they learn, and you know what? That's going to do nothing but good for their games as they progress and get a little bit older.
Well said, Paul. Certainly a family affair for the Bullers here, and they're well represented at this tournament in 2026. Frederique with a great backhand pass there, just shot that down the line. So far she's been in control. Looks like Lahni's going to take a quick timeout. We'll take one too. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Level up with Racquetball Canada's badge program. Our program teaches racquetball skills using progressions that develop skills gradually, using a variety of methods and fun activities to create a positive environment while also focusing on athletes' needs. The versatile nature of the program allows for activities to be modified to accommodate all skills and abilities. This empowers everyone to play their best. Visit racquetballcanada.ca for more information, or check with your local club for badge program dates. At Racquetball Canada, our purpose is simple: to deliver programs that...
Okay, well that was my fault. We had a hard time hearing the score. It was actually 11-3. That was a winning point for Frederique, so she takes game one. Sometimes in the booth here, even though we're not that far away, it's hard to hear whether or not there was a timeout called or if it was a game point. So
yeah, they left pretty quickly. I couldn't tell if there was a timeout called or...
And Frederique was in firm command in game 1. And let's see if Lahni has a response in game 2 here.
Big high lob.
Great form there by Frederique. That's something we've seen her probably hit for the last 20 years or so, and that's why players love to have her back on the tour for shots like that, for sure, right? Just incredible.
Very consistent. Great player. One of the great ones.
And there's an incredible drive serve, perfectly placed on the left-hand side. And one of the most accomplished female racquetball players, or racquetball players in general, for that matter, for Canada over the last 2 decades. Oh, great shot there by Lahni. Frederique kind of slipped a little bit. I don't think she would have got that ball anyway, but good applause, right? She's always a good encouragement of her fellow competitors.
Little luck always helps.
And that ball hit Frederique. Yeah. She tried to get out of her way. It was a very loose ball by Frederique.
Yeah, and then, had a little bit of a train wreck there.
Yeah.
Happens every once in a while.
Good recovery there by Lahni to keep the rally alive. That's Frederique shoots it right back. Veteran play right there. Just knows her opponent's right behind her in her back pocket and shoots it the other way.
Nice hands. Soft shot. Nice to change it up a little bit.
Going to that drive serve again. Good backhand patience there by Lahni.
Beautiful. Hanging in there for this game so far.
Yep, doing okay. Frederique is the defending national champion here in women's singles, taking the gold in 2025, both in doubles, women's doubles, and singles. Good reach around there by Lahni. Oh, just kind of gliding over to that ball a little bit, but she might have had a chance at it. But certainly when you realize Frederique's going for a backhand, you think the balls are going to roll out, and sometimes you kind of just hesitate a little bit. Good shot though by Frederique.
I've heard some comments earlier this week. There's a little push that says Juliette Perrant may push her a little bit harder this year in the Nationals. I think she's beat her once or twice this year already. So as Juliette may be catching up to her a little bit, which is good.
Yeah.
I mean, even for the player, I mean, it's wonderful to win a whole bunch of championships, as great as she is. But it's also nice to be pushed, because that keeps your game sharp.
Yeah, absolutely. So Frederique's got something to prove here. There's a lot of young guns behind her trying to take a spot, like Juliette for sure, and Chloe.
Yep.
So Frederique looked like she kind of jumped over that encroachment line there with her racket, but the referee didn't call it. Michelle was sitting on the other side, so it's hard to see that. But Lahni wins the point. We have that dotted line on the court, and it's an encroachment line, so you're part of your body. You're not allowed to strike the ball before either it lands in that spot or in the air in that spot. And it looked like Frederique was just over with her racket. Got trying to stay back.
Well, she's not afraid to do that short hop, is she? That's pretty tight to the dotted line. But obviously she practices it, because that looked pretty solid.
Good drive serve there by Frederique. Oh, just get that up. She wants that one back. She had your opponent kind of backed up and blocked out, and basically have the whole court to yourself. And sometimes you just will it to the wall a little bit, and she just skipped that one.
She wasn't happy about her swing on that shot at all. You could tell that she was like a little bit perturbed, we'll say, to make it sound just a little easier.
Good backhand pass there by Frederique. It's 8-6 here, game 2.
Great serve. Oh.
That had a little bit of pace. It kind of looked like it might have dropped in that service box, but it found its way over and into the corner for an ace. Tried it again, but spun out of that serve just a little bit.
And you try it 2 or 3 times, and then you know what happens the next time? She goes down the right wall.
Yep. Goes to the Z lob there. Set up for her backhand now. A nice wide angle pass. Tough shot there for Lahni. She had options to try to go off the wall.
Good shot. That is game number 2.
And that is game number 2, yeah. So Frederique racked up some quick points. We will be back in 60 seconds.
Richement diversifié, le sport nous mobilise. Faites-en partie dans un jeu qui nous unit tous. Le racquetball, peu importe votre âge ou votre niveau de compétence. Plongez dans la forme physique et le plaisir du racquetball. Le racquetball est une force rassembleuse où les différences sont mises de côté et des amitiés se forgent. Ensemble, nous créons un environnement sûr et accueillant tout le monde. Racquetball Canada vous invite à prendre une raquette et à rejoindre notre communauté dès aujourd'hui. Racquetball Canada, là où tout le monde a sa place.
Racquetball Canada s'engage à atteindre l'excellence, que vous entraîniez des joueurs débutants ou des joueurs élites de niveau international. Nous travaillons en partenariat avec l'Association canadienne des entraîneurs pour offrir des possibilités de formation et de développement qui répondent à leurs besoins. Le programme de formation des entraîneurs de Racquetball Canada est directement lié à notre cadre de développement à long terme et fournit à ceux-ci les connaissances et les compétences nécessaires pour aider tous les athlètes à développer leur potentiel. Pour plus d'informations sur la formation des entraîneurs et pour planifier votre parcours d'entraîneur, visitez racquetballcanada.ca ou contactez-nous directement.
Welcome back. We're watching live streaming action of Women's Single Open between Frederique Lambert and Lahni Buller. Lahni in the service box. Down 2 games to none to the dock. Let's see if she could get back in this match a little bit. Nice pass there, starting by Frederique. Frederique, even though she's the defending champion for the last couple of years here, you know, as far as back as everybody can remember, certainly a little chip on her shoulder, right? As Paul mentioned, there's a lot of younger players trying to come up and kind of take the next reins of the women's side of Racquetball Canada. So I think she may have a little something to prove in this tournament here. Coming out certainly firing like it so far.
I would never say that Frederique is old. I just say that she's a veteran of the game. But she's not old. I'm old, but she's not. So, but you know, if that ever comes up, it just means like they've been around racquetball long enough that they know how it works.
Yep. Oh, great serve there by Frederique. That ball just kind of shot off to the side and then just harmlessly fell out of the way. Certainly great experience for Lahni to play Frederique here. Anytime anybody gets in the court of Frederique, you always kind of amp yourself up a little bit. It's probably a difference between like idolizing certainly Frederique for what she's done and then kind of competing against her. It kind of gives you kind of like that conflicting feeling as a player. So mentally you need to kind of balance yourself out, be in the moment, but also you want to play your best for sure, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Lahni almost got that one. Frederique kept that just a little bit loose. She wanted that more ideal. And she just took the a practice swing. That's what she wanted, but Lahni had a chance just outside of her reach there.
Right at her feet. Tough decision to make on what to do. If you try and get out of the way, it's going to take off to the right and you have to run after it.
As I say, Frederique's got an arsenal of serves and she could pull out a lot of tricks. That one's a little short. Yep, short serve. Certainly a hard player to receive against because you don't know if she's going to drive or lob or throw some kind of magic trick at you a little bit. So,
if we have some new live streamers that have joined us this year, some of them who may not know much about Frederique Lambert has a very interesting job. She's an emergency room doctor in Montreal. It's like, how do you deal with that and take your time off and come and play racquetball and train on a regular basis? That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, no, and I think that's been part of Frederique's battle as she's managed her pro career versus her real life job. You know, certainly. Yep, and then Frederique looks like Lahni took a timeout. We can take a quick break. We'll be back in 30 seconds to chat. Welcome back. Yeah, Paul and I were just chatting about Frederique during the break and how, obviously, with her career as a doctor and her racquetball career, to kind of manage both but stay at the top of her game is impressive. Oh, great get there by Lambert. Certainly, when you're a professional, working professional, and you'll have especially an emergency room doc, right? Your time to play racquetball is limited, but certainly continuing to represent Team Canada on the global stage is important to Frederique. You can see the fire right here and putting on a show for the crowd here at Burlington Hall Sporting Club. A quick 9-0 lead here in Game 3. That one's short on the left-hand side. It's hard not to be shell-shocked as a player like Lahni when you're kind of, and it's 9-0, you just want to get a point on the board for a moral victory here.
Yeah, nobody likes a donut. You want to feel like you're involved and in the match.
And it's not certainly from a lack of effort, but Frederique has just been on with some of these serves. They've been almost impossible to hit. Good get there by Lahni to keep it alive. And Frederique plastered that one. Didn't really give her much of a chance this game, but I'm sure that was part of the game plan coming in for Frederique. Don't make the match longer than you need to. Keep your energy kind of conserved for the further in the bracket. So good showing by Frederique. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more streaming action throughout the day. Again, this is Chris and Paul signing off. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Racquetball Canada is committed to excellence, whether you're coaching those who are first-time players or those who compete at the elite international level. We work in partnership with the Coaching Association of Canada to provide coach education and development opportunities that fit the needs of our coaches. Racquetball Canada's coaching education program links directly to our long-term development framework and provides coaches with the right knowledge and skills to help all athletes develop to their potential. For more information about coach education and to plan your coaching pathway, visit racquetballcanada.ca or contact us directly.
Montez en grade avec le programme de badge de Racquetball Canada. Notre programme enseigne les habiletés de racquetball en utilisant des progressions qui développent les habiletés graduellement en utilisant une variété de méthodes et d'activités amusantes pour créer un environnement positif tout en se concentrant sur les besoins de chaque athlète. La nature polyvalente du programme permet de modifier les activités pour s'adapter à toutes les aptitudes et capacités. Cela permet à chacun de donner le meilleur de lui-même. Visitez racquetballcanada.ca pour plus d'informations ou vérifiez auprès de votre club local les données du programme Badge.
Enroll in Racquetball Canada's Badge Program Coach Workshop so you can get your program up and running. In our 3-hour workshop, you will learn theory, content, and how to implement a fun and exciting program. We offer this coach training workshop virtually to make it accessible and affordable. Once a coach has successfully completed the Badge Program workshop, they will gain access to all the online resources and program materials, including videos, report cards, and marketing materials.